Um, what are some of the memorable hot mic moments that caught your attention in the past? I mean, have you ever had a time to communicate in where the mic was hot in terms of it wasn't easy communication? And you get to face that every day. Is there any one that is not proprietary you
Yeah, I
can
mean, all
share?
the I get to, I have to talk to because so my what I deal with kids with disability, which I've never taken care of before. I've always taken care of adults.
Yeah.
So switching to taking care of kids with disability with Medicaid is a very different thing for me. I've never had to do that before. So talking to the parents, it's they're okay. So the parents are very I would say, because they are dealing with a lot, right? They have kids with a child with disability and have to take care of the child. And with COVID, it has really not helped. So I have to put myself in their place all the time. In that, sometimes some of them are angry. When you call them, they're already angry, because they are dealing with a lot. So it's for me to just to compose myself, and even though they cannot see me, is to know that I am smiling.
Yeah.
Smiling whereas I'm talking to them. They can hear it in my voice, right?
Yeah.
So just I think that's the learning thing for me right now is I mean I smile naturally a lot, but it's to now bring that into my voice in the way that I speak to them over the phone. So and that's been I mean some of them are very you could tell because I spoke to somebody who was angry at the first time, and we had to talk through WebEx, and she was like, okay, she was already upset. Oh, I don't know, I just kind of breathe. I just said, and in within me, just breathe in and breathe out. So like we got talking, and then I was asking her about her child, and doing an assessment on the child, and she said, okay, and she's like, oh yeah, she was by meanwhile she's already upset, right? She's like, oh yeah, she likes green color. Like, so you know what? That's my favorite color too. I just broke the ice right there, and from there I just started like when she said, oh, I love to do that. I have two boys, so with that, it like she just was able to talk to me for the next 2 hours without initially she was upset. She didn't want to talk to me. But just putting myself in her shoe that she probably is having a bad day and just trying to break the ice and in a way that would work for both of us so that we can communicate, because that's what I was calling that. Communicate with her, information from her. So I think that's not my most moment right now.
Yeah. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. A lot of women, and I had someone give that example also in the workplace, trying to get an appointment with another lady, which was just, but once they found out that they're both mothers and they started talking about their challenges, it was easier for them to be able to even fix time to meet, even fix time to even have both families, help each other in a way that they were able to have the business meeting they were planning to, and that's the power of that third habit of highly effective people. Seek first to understand, then be understood. You know, come understand the world of the person you're talking to, and let the person understand that you are just like him or her, and you can feel what the person is feeling. And once the person can associate with you, it's easier for the person then to move with you or go with you to wherever you want him or her to go to. Chidi, anything you want to say in that way before we move on?
Nothing to
add to that. All right. The other things we've spoken about already, authenticity. I'm going to move on to the next slide. So we're just talking about doing an exercise, doing something spontaneous by calling somebody, and this is important. I've been doing a lot of practice in being spontaneous, like for instance, making a decision to even buy the farmland that I did was a bit of spontaneity, when you do things like that, it doesn't mean that everything will be perfect, right? You're probably gonna miss some things. Like the first 6 acres of land that I bought, the person that sold it to me raked me off, made good sum of money from me, right? But once I bought that, I became a part of the community. And I was able to find out what was raked off of me, and I saved it in the other 90% that I bought, you know. But because you're being spontaneous doesn't mean everything will be perfect. The imperfection you meet is your classroom. You learn from the imperfections to become a better person, right? The first time you call will not be perfect, but you learn from the imperfection and you become better and better and better at whatever it is that you're doing. But if you don't take that first step, you'll never learn. If I did not buy those first six, I would not have a farm today, right? Because everything has its own risks, everything has its own disadvantages. If I sit down long enough, think about it, I'll probably be looking more at the disadvantages than the advantages that probably won't be there, right? I've lost some money, but I'm on a good trajectory, you know, to make back everything, you know. So life is not perfect. I guess that's what bedevils us a lot of time. We're expecting everything to be perfect, all the boxes to be checked, you know. But the important thing is that it's a good deal and it's something that will take you to the next level of your life. And you learn, you grow by it, right? If I'm going to buy another farmland like the other ones I'm talking about, I'm going to be using the lessons I've learned from this one in doing that. But you see, I would never be good at doing those ones if I don't have the experience I have today, right? I came into this I have no clue, but today I can teach people about what it is because I've been in it. I'm in it, right? You know, so that's what comes with spontaneity. But also, you don't want to do something that will risk your life. Never risk more than you can truly risk. All right, Chidi, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think we need to have a separate one on the farming and all that because I've had interest more than 10 years ago. I never executed it. So I need a kick. So, I mean, I've been trying to get your attention.
All right. No problem. No problem. Let's do that. And anything to add on spontaneity?
Oh no, it's okay. When you get the farm in Texas, I'll manage it.
All right, that's a deal. That's a deal.
Yeah. No, I mean, spontaneity. I mean, you're right. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, you have to prepare, and then when the opportunity comes, you know, it's, and that's one thing. It's like you have to prepare. You cannot just say, okay, this is going to happen. Like for me, I'm a nurse, but this is something entirely. This is a service coordinator. This is a case manager. Even though yes, I did nursing, but I never did pediatrics, right? Yeah. So even now, I'm thinking about my next move. I'm thinking about, okay, you know what? When these people, if they make me mad, I would leave. So I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking about different. I'm thinking about, okay, clinical data management. I'm thinking about clinical research associate because they need medical people, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking about different things, and that's what, and it's true what you say. If I don't prepare, like I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a course. I'll be reading about it a little by little, so that if you don't prepare, when the opportunity comes, you're not going to be ready. You're not going to be able to, you won't know what is out there, right? If I never applied for this, I wouldn't know what is out there. And I see it like learn experience, because Excel, I've never used Excel, right? But now it's like, okay, I need to use Excel. I'm like, oh my God, but it's an opportunity for me. It's a learning experience. And I can use it towards something else. But God will also bring you in a place where you can learn, and you need to take that first step.
Absolutely. There's greatness in each of our future, but that greatness, God prepares it for us by the learnings is making us do today, right? So, but if you don't learn, that opportunity will come, but you'll not be able to tap into it. Now, you're able working on Excel now, you're using it for this, you're learning a lot of things. The next opportunity you're going to go to, it might be Excel that they need to make a difference, to enter into it, But then you have then gone beyond the elementary level because you're using it now. You're able to then use it for bigger things, I designed my house. The first house I built, I designed it, right? That experience, and this is more than 20 years ago now, right? That experience is helping me now. My whole farm the whole poultry I'm doing, I'm building a poultry, I'm building hostels, right? I have hostels, I'm building fence, poultry. I am the architect, I'm the structural engineer, I'm the civil engineer. I'm doing everything myself, right? I'm only able to do that because of the experience I have, right? It be that even the first house I built, there was something that I didn't like about it. I sold it, but I learned from the experience, right? And that's why I'm able to do all that I do today, right? So life is all about learning. Every opportunity is an opportunity to learn, and what you learn, then you can use it and become better. So we should never miss that opportunity to learn, to grow, because God will not give us a blessing that is bigger than us. He will always make us big, then bring the blessing, because He will not give you a blessing you cannot handle, right? It will never be the reason for your downfall, right? So He needs to prepare you before He brings the opportunity your way. But if you're not ready, He will not give it to you. So that's important.